Just a little impromptu. I kind of got tired of having to fight copyright strikes, even though that I've been using these footage and clips to reinforce my points and ideas. I don't know, Warner Brothers Japan or whatever, or Universal Group Japan. I don't know which one it is. But every time I make something like this, I get flagged, so I don't really want to deal with that, so I'm gonna try doing something different. Okay, that's all I'm saying. This is just after the fact I've filmed all of this, and I don't know what I'm rambling about half the time, but I'm gonna try to splice things together. Enjoy! Come on. Hey, so what's up? This is gonna be a different kind of video. I wanted to talk a little bit about Utada Hikaru's Boukyaku, which Boukyaku roughly translates to oblivion. So I have the definition right here in front of me. Oblivion is the state of being unaware or unconscious of what is happening. So with that being said, I wanted to talk about the significance of the visuals and maybe some parts of Utada's life that maybe have influenced the song. This is all just speculation and extrapolating, so by all means this is just my opinions, and if you have a different theory, I would trust yourselves, or if you like what I have to say, you know, just spread this around if you want, like and subscribe, but anyway, so yeah. So with the definition in mind of oblivion, I have notes here so that I can refer back to them when I need to, but I want to talk a little bit about Utada's prior history before this last album came out, and kind of just like what led up to the release of this song. And it's really hard not to talk about her mother, who is a famous enka singer in Japan, where she took her own life, and that must have really had an impact on Utada herself. And all within this 6-year hiatus coming up to her recent album release, she married her second husband and had her first kid, and really had to experience a lot of hardship and triumph through all of that. And so when we listen to that when we listen to Boukyaku, that's kind of what I think is kind of these intense feelings of experiences that is just all happening, and they just happen, and maybe like there's moments where she just feels kind of overwhelmed by all of these different life events happening to her, that she's just really going through the motions of it. And so I'll come back to the 1 and 40 seconds of instrumentals, because I think that's kind of important, but going straight into Ko's verse, Ko's verse reinforces the ideas and themes of wanting to forget pain and pleasure. It's a really nice verse. I don't think it's like stand-out performance. I think it's like perfect, because it says what it needs to say, and it doesn't really overstay its welcome, and it doesn't overshine, and it doesn't draw too much unnecessary attention, which is brilliant on his behalf. And he says his memories of when he was a child he forgets, but there's some things about it that he can't forget. So again, kind of reinforcing these ideas of things that he wants to forget, but can't. There's something about that feeling that it will never leave him. And so, beautiful, beautiful first verse. And we get to Utada's verse, and so trying to translate here. But Akarui basho is bright place, Tsuzuku michi is continuing street, Akarui ito wa is bright string, or, you know, vibrant string. Kagiranai means I can't rely on it. So roughly it will translate to, I can't rely on a bright string to lead me on these continuing streets to a better place, which I think this is enforces the themes of not wanting to have any regrets in your life, not living your life to the fullest. And I also want to add that that line also symbolizes not wanting to rely on anything to lead her to a better place. And I think that's kind of a beautiful sentiment to have, is that she wants to create her own path to her own happiness. The next lines of 出口はどこだ入り口ばかり深い森は走り出す which 出口はどこだ is where's the exit 入り口はどこだ入り口ばっか there's only entrances 深い森 which is deep forest and を走り出す I will run out. So roughly translating to I can't find the exit. There's too many entrances. I will run out of these deep forest. And so this is kind of like, the song is kind of hopeful. It's kind of just trying to figure out a way to get out of the slumps of all of this overwhelming feeling and depression and just feeling lost in life. And then we'll get to the second Ko's verse, which he talks about all of the regrets that he had, that he wished he had overcame, which an example would be 飲んだ唾を吐きたい幸せなのに辛い飲んだ唾を吐きたい is I wish I had spit out the spit that I swallowed. Which I think poetically, if we translate that, it's spit can be like the words. So I wish I said the words that I had swallowed in the past. And then there was a line that he said, 幸せなのに辛い, which 幸せ is paradise and 辛い is torture. So even though he or we are in paradise, it's torture. And I think that kind of represents a lot of life when we feel that we have to go through a lot of pain to be in paradise. It's a lot of work to be in paradise. And that is just beautiful. It's beautiful. And it really reinforces the theme of oblivion. And the final line that Utada says in the song is... why didn't I write this down? But she says something about 死ぬ時は手ぶらが best. And that 手ぶら means with nothing in my hand, and 死ぬ時 means when I die. And so she literally kind of says, when I die, I don't want to have nothing in my hand, which we can poetically translate to, I don't want to have any burdens when I die. I don't want to hold on to anything. I don't want to die with having any regrets. And so Boukyaku, which is the state of being unaware of or unconscious of what is happening, I think is a beautiful sentiment. And I always listen to this song with that in mind. We go into the minute and 40 seconds of the instrumental and the cinematography of the close-ups of the microorganisms. And I'm not sure if it's just the cells within the human body, but we also hear the introduction of like a bass line or a drum beat that is reminiscent of a heartbeat. I wonder if it's like an actual heartbeat, but you get kind of like this intensity. Is my camera just turn off? Okay, we kind of get this intensity with the beginning of the song, and I think the close-ups of these microorganisms really reinforce the word oblivion, where all of these things like the close-ups of the blood cells or the heartbeat is really just a reminder that all of these things that make up our human body, we don't feel at all when we're living our daily lives. I mean, unless we like actually, touch our heart and feel our heartbeat, we don't walk around thinking about what it takes to keep us alive. And so I I think that this song is a reminder that life is worth living, and to live unabashedly and try your best not to have any regrets before you leave the world. So I love Utada. I really think that she is an artist of her generation, her time. I don't know how else to say. She's just one of a kind, and I love her. I am excited about her next project. And please, if you, continue listening to her music. I'll continue to listen to hers, and I hope to make more like analysis videos of hers, but we'll see what happens. A little bit about me is I'm half Japanese and my mother is Japanese, so I just kind of grew up learning Japanese. I'm not very good per se in like writing and reading, but if I like work at it, I can translate. I speak very fluently, so, and I understand very well like a native. So it's just reading and writing. Kanji like throws me off, so I just need to get like a Google Translate or a kanji dictionary and really just work at it. But yeah, it's just I love mining for deeper meanings in songs and art, because I think that's kind of important. So anyway, that's just kind of, I wanted to do an off-the-cuff video, and I hope that this makes sense. If you have any question, please leave them in the comments. If you have any requests, I would love to present something and grow my channel. So thank you. So with the definition in mind of a